Hi everybody, Cindy Ellers here from Cindy's Stamping Studio. I'm 1 minute early, but that's perfectly fine. While I wait for people to hop on, I'll find myself on my Kindle. Hopefully that goes well. I just want to welcome everybody that has tuned in, that will tune in tonight and in the past. I appreciate you all so much. So just a second, let me find me. I suppose I have to start all over. I have 3 people on already. Well, that is wonderful. Welcome. I'm just trying to find me on my Kindle. That doesn't always go so well. I don't know why it's always such an issue on this thing. Okay, well, we have to shut it off and start all over. There's my friend Jan. And Devine. Let me restart. There, it's restarting. There's Lori Hall. Welcome. So nice to see you. It was a nice day today in Wisconsin. I think it made it up to 30 even. So we'll take that and we'll be happy and not complain. There's Julie Marson. So glad you could join us. There, I am on my laptop. Yeah. Okay. Let's start. I'm located in the central part of Wisconsin. And if you have time, be sure to share my post and leave me a comment. Make sure you say hi. Because you know what that does? That gets you in on my weekly door prize drawing. I do 2 door prizes. One for sharing and one for comments. So thank you so much, Julie, for sharing. And there's Kay. I see my mom is watching. So that's great. I have some cards to show you tonight. Plus, we're going to be going and playing with the Brightest Glow stamp set. That's in the July-December mini catalog. And I am happy to report that it is not retiring. That made me so happy, as I love that set. The fonts are just wonderful. I still don't find me. Well, that's the way it goes, I guess. Okay, so there's that one. There I am. Wow, for Pete's sake, huh? There's Jolynn. Well, welcome. I don't think I've ever seen you here before, but I'm so glad you are. That's right. Okay. If you don't have time to watch the whole Facebook Live tonight, I always post it on my blog, which is also called Cindy Stamping Studio, on Thursdays. You can also check out my previous Facebook Lives because they are all on my YouTube channel, which you can find under Cindy Ellers or Cindy Stamping Studio. There's Ronnie Kaiser. Oh, thank you. And there's my friend Bernie. So nice to see you all. Okay, what do we have happening? Well, this week is a busy week for me, as I'm sure most of you have guessed. I've been helping my mom out a lot. Friday we have the funeral service for my dad, so that's going to be a very trying day. And then what do I have? I have something on Saturday. Oh, yes. I have to go watch a little girl play basketball on Saturday. Then I have to go to a baby shower. And then I think I'm going to make Jim take me out for supper. I think that's a good idea. Okay. Next week, Tuesday, is our technique class. It's going to be a great class. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's called the Twisted Ribbon Technique, but we don't use ribbon. We use scraps of designer paper. But it really looks, I think we did this technique years and years ago. I think we call it something like lattice technique, but now it's called twisted ribbon. So, but that'll be fun. If you can't make it, consider the class to go. That's a fun way to keep up and to learn something new. You'll make 2 technique cards and a fancy fold card. And with the class to go, you get detailed instructions with a color photo. The kits I put together for you are the card base, the layers, the designer series paper. Everything is cut and scored for you. If there's any die cuts, they're included. The embellishments and the white piece for the inside with envelopes. And the color photo that's in the instructions is in color. Think about it. So, okay, after I got the 2 technique cards done, and if I do say, they look nice. I love it. Okay, we're done with that list. We have some door prizes. So, I am going to send these beautiful gold sequins. They're going to go to K Wire from Two Rivers, Wisconsin. So Kay, oh, you're watching. I'm sorry. These will be headed out your way. And for sharing, I don't think she's watching it, but she will. She always does. These gold sequins are going to go to Courtney Glenker Ostendarp from North Carolina. So, Kay and Courtney, you are my winners. And I will be sending them out tomorrow. You're very welcome. Okay. What do we have going on with Stamping Up? Well, I don't know if you don't know this by now. They have the last chance sale for the July-December mini catalog, and the clearance rack has been refreshed. So that's a great time to be shopping for anything that's on your wish list before the July-December mini catalog retires. And it's a first come, first serve. Okay, the July-April mini catalog and celebration catalogs are on its way. I haven't gotten mine yet, but I know they're coming. And I'm going, oh, one more winner. As you know, every month, anybody that places an order with me, I put their name into a special drawing. And they receive a $15 shopping spree from me to put it towards a class or put it towards their next order. So, for November, Tracy Jacoby is my winner. So, I know she doesn't get a chance to watch me, but I betcha her mother-in-law will be watching. So if Rita would let Tracy know that she has $15 to spend. So congratulations. Congratulations to all our winners. Okay, let's go and flip the camera around, and we can go and look at the covers of the mini catalog that's coming up in July and the celebration catalogs that are coming up, and then I'll show you some cards. So, hold on. There we go. As you can see, it's very dark out. Not my favorite part of winter, but you got your catalogs, Debbie. Well, that must... I always send myself one. Oh, no, but Debbie, you got one because you're a demonstrator. Yeah, I got my demonstrator catalog. I didn't get my customer catalog yet. Okay. And thank you, everybody, for congratulating our winners, because you might not know them, but I'm sure it means the world to them. This is what the January to April mini catalog is going to look like. This is the front cover. Pretty shades of purple. And here's the celebration. They're shortening up how long these catalogs are going to be lasting so that we can go and enjoy the annual catalog more. It seems like the annual catalog kind of falls by the wayside. So now they're just shortening up how long the mini catalogs will last and how long the celebration. It's going to be from 2 months, January to February. And I'm not sure if they're doing away with the one in July or not. I can't remember. Okay, so I have cards. These are cards, sympathy cards I received. And they are from my stamping ladies. Next week, I'll show you the sympathy cards that I received from my upline, who is Kelly Atchison. She puts out a random act of kindness request, and I have just as big a stack for them. So here's a really cute sympathy card. And this one, I believe, is from Debbie. Yep. I like this card. I know I showed it off last week, but I'm showing it off again because I like it so much. Here's a real simple card with designer paper. This one's from Lisa. Yep, Lisa Souza from Greenwood. Hi, Sherry Martin. Glad you could make it. I just heard my door open. It's Ted. This one was from Rita. I like it. This one came today. It's from our own Judy Vine. I like how she made use of scraps. That worked out nice. Here's a thinking of you from Lydia Schumacher. I could hold it up a little bit so you could see it better. And this one is from our own Bernie, right? Yep, Bernie. Now, I have, oh no, that wasn't. Yeah, I have a funny story on that one. This one was from Tammy Horn. We made this one at the Fall Fiesta this fall. That was a fun event. I enjoyed it. And then this beautiful card I got from my friend Jan, which is gorgeous. Yep. Thank you all. Now this card. Last night we celebrated our little Easton's birthday. And Andy had to look at all the cards. She had to arrange them all. And she's looking at this card. She goes, you know what? I don't like this ribbon here. No, I just don't like this ribbon here. I go, but Andy, Bernie made it. Oh, well, in that case, I like that ribbon there. I had to share. It was a good one. And I know Bernie will like that too. Okay. Now, let me move this aside. As I said, tonight's stamp set is Brightest Glow. It's not retiring. I love the stamps in this set. The fonts are just gorgeous. We even have a Happy New Year. And however you want to say, we have the season's greetings and the Happy Holiday, the Joy, and the Merry Christmas. Isn't that Merry Christmas pretty? I think it is. The stamps we are going to use is All is Merry and Bright and Wishing You a Season of Hope and Light. Okay? All right. And the ink color we're using is Evening Evergreen. It's always funny when I get the Evening Evergreen out and we're stamping with that. Everybody figures it's black because it's a dark color. Okay. Tonight's card is an up and down card. It's going to be our usual size of 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. Okay, we're going to have Very Vanilla tonight. That will go on the inside. And we have a decorative strip for the inside. That's going to go right there. Let's take care of that. And it's the right size. I like having my strips for the inside. It just finishes off the card so nice. Oh, it does have to be trimmed a little bit, but just a little. Not very much. And that one looks okay. If you haven't signed up, if you live in the Neilsville area and you haven't signed up yet for the technique class, it's next Tuesday, December 13th. Oh, and I forgot to tell everybody, today is Monday, December 5th, 2022. I forget that every time. I do not know why, but I do. Okay, so let's stamp this. There we go. That turned out nice. And let's cover this up. We don't need me putting my elbow in it. I like how the inside turned out. So far, so good, wouldn't you say? Even though this is a all-word stamp set, it's for Christmas. It's so versatile. I love it. I just like how it looks so clean. Okay, so we're done with that. We're gonna have a soft succulent layer. We're gonna have another very vanilla layer. And then we're having two pieces. These are the Lights Aglow Designer Series paper. They measure 3 by 4. Okay. It looks like I have to do all the work tonight. And from the painted labels, we're going to use this die. And so that's what it looks like. We'll be using that. We'll also have a very vanilla circle that will go in the inside. Okay, let's put this aside. We don't need it right this second. We will shortly. We're going to stamp our... Well, there's Sally. Almost missed you. We're going to go and stamp this right in the middle. And I want to go and put it in the inside of our painted label die cut out, and let that dry because it's going on gold foil. Gold foil is slippery, and we want to give it enough time to dry, just like so. So let's put him, we'll put him here. Now what we're going to do is we need our cutter, because I didn't know what kind of a card to make tonight. And then I thought, well, you've got a technique class coming up, Cindy. So we're going to take our first piece of designer paper, and we're going to cut it every 1/2 inch. So we're going to cut it at 2.5. We're going to cut it at 2. We're going to cut it at 1.5. I could have had this cut out sooner, but it doesn't take that long. Every 1/2 inch. And this is the twisted ribbon technique. So if you're not able to come to it, perhaps you can go and make it at home. If you make it at home on your own, I want you to do something. Take a picture of it and send it to me. I would love that. So, okay, we have this little pile. Now do it with this also. So again, at 2.5, I will have all the directions posted on my blog on Thursday, so you know how big of a piece of designer paper you need, and where you have to score and where you have to cut out and everything. It makes it so much easier. Plus, it makes some traffic to my blog. There's Jeannie Mullen. Sorry you're late. Well, that's okay. And Sandy, I'm glad to see you. No, you didn't miss anything. I'm just getting started. I just got done cutting my Lights Aglow Designer Series paper, which is a 3x4 square in 1/2-inch strips. So they're right there. Now, we're going to take our very vanilla, which is 2.5 by 5 1/4, and we're going to score it every inch from the top down. Well, when you say from the top down, it's really from the bottom up, I think. But this was good practice for me, and it really created a pretty cool card. So every inch, we are soon. I almost have that part done, and at one right there. Okay, so you probably can't see it very good, but it's definitely something that we need to do, because we need to have a way to know where to put our strips. So let's start out with the red. I also found that the Tombow adhesive works the best. I mean, you could use Tombow glue or whatever you have, but, and so what I'm going to do is, here's the score mark. So you're going to put one here to here. Okay? I have to be able to see it. Just like so. And it's going to stick to my table. And that's just fine, because as you will see, this is, I have practiced. And that's the best way to do it. So that when I get together with my ladies next Tuesday, I'll be able to, and you're going from score mark to score mark. That's how you make it. If you know of a technique that you think would be fun for me to try, send me a link so I can watch the YouTube channel, or get directions. Because when you've been doing this class for, I know, 12 years, it's sometimes hard. Okay, so now we're taking the green, and it's from score mark to score mark. Score mark to score mark. I keep going. This is probably the hardest part of the whole card, but it's definitely a technique that I will do again. And our last piece, score mark to score mark. Okay, so now you can, as you can tell, it is stuck to my table, but in a way, that was like a blessing. Well, hello, Denise, and there's Pauline. I'm glad to see you. Now I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to take my scissors and cut this off. Cut this off. Turn it upside down. It would be a lot easier. And keep going. So let's see. Debbie's watching, so I know I'll see her. And, oh, Bernie's watching, but she won't be able to make it to class, so now she can see what she's going to be missing. But I understand. I'm just giving you a hard time. we want to cut this off. And finally, the last piece. Whoops. There. Now, that's what it looks like. So I think that turned out really pretty good. Now, we are going to put it on this layer. That soft succulent, we end up having 2 pieces left over. I think I could put that at the bottom, but I don't know, I don't want it to be cluttered. Well, Judy Vine, you're not a little behind. This is what we're going to be making next Tuesday because you're already signed up for class. It's called the Twisted Ribbon, although we're not using ribbon. I bet you could, though. We're using designer paper. We're not making this particular card. We're using different paper. And the card is just as pretty. So that's what it looks like. Okay. Let's get our card base. And we're going to put that right there. I don't know. Just a second. No, I'm going to leave it off. But you could if you wanted to. I was looking at my other one that I have sitting here looking at me. There. Now it's on our card. I think that turned out nice. I like that. We have to get our dimensionals. And let's put them on. And like I said, for those that aren't able to make it to class, feel free to go and check out my blog. It'll have the directions, and you can try making one on your own. Okay, so I have my dimensionals on my All is Merry and Bright. We're going to put it right here. That looks pretty good. Now, I still have some of the gold holly leaves that were in the mini catalog. Not sure. They're on the last chance, and you can find them on page 21 of the mini catalog. So, I want this one, and I found that my Tombow glue works really well, like that. We're going to put one right here, just like so, and we'll get another one. Put a little bit of glue on the back. Oops. They don't like to stick very good. Probably should have done that sooner. There. Okay. Let me cover it up. You know how it is. And then I have some red matte decorative dots. Now I think those red matte, it says they're red, but they sure look like cherry cobbler to me. And I'm going to take one of the dark ones, like so. I'm going to put it right here, like that. So we have one on our card, and that is our card. So here's a close-up of it. And I mean, it's just really, I like it. It's very striking. And then here's the inside. Here is the very first card I made. And then here's the second card I made with the extra strip on the bottom. I think I like it without the strip. It just seems a little bit crowded. But that's my own opinion. But yeah, there they are. And here's the card. Thank you, Tammy. I think it's pretty too. And Denise. And Kay. So yeah, here it is. It's called Twisted Ribbon Technique. You can find all the directions on my blog on Thursday and in the replay. Next week is our technique class, but it's also available as a class to go if you're interested. So let me know. Okay, everybody, have a great rest of the week. I will see you next Monday, and we'll have another card to share. Okay. Oh, good, Jen. I'm glad you're going to try it. It's not hard at all. And watch my blog. I'll have complete instructions for you. Okay. Take care. We'll see you next week. Bye now.